Hello. My name is Mary Frances. I'm Nancy's granddaughter, and I live in Iceland, which means that through my remembering my grandma, I'm quite far away. And I'm glad that I get to be with you today, even though I'm just a disembodied head on a screen. I would still like to say a few words about my grandmother and her impact on my life. It's no light task to reflect on a life. As we move through the world, our presence affects those around us, sometimes through our immediate actions and sometimes like ripples on a pond. Our words and actions and spirit impacts people near us, in our communities, and throughout the world. When I think of my dear grandmother Nancy, I know her ripples are far reaching. I could speak about the hundreds of babies she brought into the world, or the women she helped in her community, or the people she taught, or the friends she made. But to be honest, that seems like too large a task. I'll take the easy way instead and talk about how Nancy's ripples have struck me and how she impacted the person that I am. There's no doubt in my mind that Nancy, along with the rest of my family, played a big part of me growing into the person that I am now. Through her politics, her fervent feminism, her grit, and her humor, she set a standard in my mind for what it means to be an empowered, intelligent, compassionate woman. And I carry that in my heart now. And I hope that my own kids, Nancy's great grandkids, feel it too. When I think of visiting Nancy's house as a child, the first images that come to my mind are waking up in her driveway, to the sight of her awaiting our arrival at the top of the stairs. The trek was often made on Friday after school, and I inevitably fell asleep in the car. I remember waking up groggy to a hug from my grandmother, who always smelled like Noxzema, and being shuffled into a cozy bed made just for me on the couch with soft, snuggly sheets. Nancy knew how to take care of others. Her intellect manifested into compassion and support for those around her. As I grew up, I learned what that really looks like in practice. From the small acts of kindness for your family or your neighbors, to the larger work of making the world a better place for people less fortunate than you, caring for others was a big part of what made Nancy who she is. To my mind, it means doing work that will make the world a better place for other people. And that's just what Nancy did. Then there's the politics and feminism stuff. Other people's grandmothers are mannerly and demure. They stay quiet when they disagree. They're cautious women who don't rock the boat. Not my grandma. When she found out that her great grandbaby was on the way, I got a heartfelt handwritten note from Nancy, congratulating me on the adventure of motherhood ahead of me and urging me to remember that my role after birth was to be a contented cow. Helpful advice. I recall several moments sitting on the couch with my tiny new daughter, and when the world seemed to throw too much on my lap to process, I would blink slowly and moo, blissfully thinking of Nancy. I used to joke that both of my grandmothers got divorced before it was cool, and feminism and strong, independent womanhood is just part of our DNA. But really, it's more than that. It has to do with courage and determination to speak truth to power even when the odds are against you. And it's that kind of grit that earned Nancy the Margaret Sanger Award from Planned Parenthood. I remember that day fondly, swelling with pride as my inspiration of a grandmother graciously accepted the award for her lifetime of fighting for women's health. That's a powerful thing to witness as a teenage girl, and the message to me was clear. women can do anything. All of this fighting and caring for others was done with Nancy's own style and her ever present sense of humor. Most of my memories of Nancy are coupled with rowdy uncles sitting around her dark wood dining room table. There's always loud, hearty laughter in those memories. I'm reminded of something I saw online a while ago. Dear child, I promise to give you love, nurturing, and just enough dysfunction to make you funny. Sounds about right. So all this is to say that I am proud of my grandmother every day. She was and is an inspirational figure in my life. I will miss her terribly, but the impact she has had on me will last forever. I am so happy that I could be there, sort of, with all of you to honor a truly amazing woman. Love and hugs to one and all, and I will see you in person very soon.